Hello and welcome. If you want to help make Warcraft great again, like, comment, and subscribe. That would help a lot. Today's episode is an interesting one because we're going to be talking about blackwashing. And I know when you tackle a topic like this, there are certain bugmen that would come and they will cry about how blackwashing isn't real, how it's not blackwashing because power plus prejudice plus something, racism, whatever. It's a complicated stuff, and I think those people are stupid. With that said, let's get started on making Warcraft great again. Now, at some point, Blizzard decided they want to have a more diverse and inclusive world. And thus, they decided the only place that they could diversify was Stormwind and Silvermoon. You know, the mostly white places. And how did Blizzard do that? How did Blizzard diversify these two cities? By taking random NPCs and making them black. And that's blackwashing for you. That's what they've done. And it's dumb. It's stupid. It's not like the NPCs had any backstory or they even mattered at all. But rather than make a living world, Blizzard decided it's just easy to paint them black. Like there's some sort of space marines that you have to pull out for a quick tournament, and you decide to go with, I don't know, Black Templars. Or something even more easy in color. Iron Hands, Raven Guard, stuff like that. Stuff that is easy to paint. That's what Blizzard did with this. And I'm against the idea of washing characters in general, be it whitewashing, yellowwashing, blackwashing, or whatever type of wash that you have there. It is a much better idea to create a living world where you have more NPCs that do stuff around your cities, your settlements, and stuff like that, and have those be diverse, to say it like that. And you win more by doing that because then you create at least a feeling of a living world. What you do when you blackwash is you decide that somebody's not somebody's, that one type of skin color shouldn't really exist in the game. But then again, if we look at Blizzard, we see they got a DIE agent officer lady that's gonna pick people by their sexuality and color. But we're not gonna get to the discrimination part of it, despite how much dumb YouTubers would support it. Let's not get into that. Let's make Warcraft great again. What would I do in this situation? Well, exactly what I said earlier. I would put more characters into the game. And here's the funny part. I would put black and I would put Asian because that's the new things they did in. And I would have characters walk around, scream, have mini dramas around the city. Here's an idea. In the Undercity, there was this family, I think they were the bankers, that were based off Romeo and Juliet. You know what? Have a little Romeo and Juliet story going on the streets randomly. Have a little... Why not have a little Hamlet with a jester or something? Why not have a little Macbeth? Macbeth's interesting. You can have some people saying prophecies and stuff. That's good. That's always good. Or here's a better idea. Have a night elf talk about dreams randomly around places. Add more characters. Because the moment you add more characters to a city, you make it feel more alive. Now, the characters shouldn't just be NPCs that stand in one place. They should act like people doing their own stuff. And you know how you learn how to do that? You go to an RP server and you see people walking around and doing stuff and acting like humans would. I know it is a hard concept to grasp for many WoW players, but you gotta know how a human acts. And the moment you know how a human acts, it's easy to make an NPC based on that. And it's easy to create a much more diverse world and a much more alive world. Because you make NPCs that do stuff. And when players go to Stormwind, for example, let's say Not the middle of the night, because there are people that play at that time. Let's say somebody wakes up at 4 and decides to open up the game. 4 in the morning, he opens the game. He's in Stormwind, he's alone because no other night owl's up at that time. And he just stands there in Trade Center deciding what he'll do next. And then the poor little guy stumbles upon two rival families entering a conflict for love. You know? Something interesting. Give the players something to feel like they're part of the world. To feel like the world isn't empty and only populated by players. Because unfortunately, you know what my solution offers? That Blizzard doesn't. Blizzard decided to paint something black and be done with it. Like they're making Raven Guard for this last minute tournament they just participated in. You know what my solution does? My solution creates a world that can be also diverse and can feel alive. Because that's what you want. Avoid washing characters in certain colors and make sure you make characters in certain colors. More night elves, more black people, more white people, more dwarves, more gnomes, everything like that. So that way, you don't really change somebody's color, because that's awful, first of all, and it's a bad way of showing representation. Oh, we can they had to make Peter Parker black. No, they made Miles Morales, well, sort of Peter Parker, doesn't matter. What you want is a proper, unique thing. And what's more proper and unique than a city that feels alive? Now, I know there are bugmen out there in this vast universe, in these vast timelines, that I cannot scour off, and I cannot save you from them. Because they would come now and they would offer, make elf paladins black, blood elf paladins black. Alexstrasza was always black, like, despite the fact that her concept art never showed her as black but white. That's awfully, how should I call it, shameful for somebody that critiques lore. But anyway, I cannot save you from them, but I can offer you a solution so that they can get off your back. A living, breathing world. One in which if Bugman X wants to see a black character with dreads, he won't ask to turn Liadrin into a black character with dreads, but he would see that there is a blood elf paladin that is black and has dreads. And now you've avoided blackwashing characters, and you've created more diversity. Because if you want diversity, you gotta work for it. It's not enough to just employ a DI officer and have her discriminate against somebody else, against white males in this case. No, you want to have more, but don't have more by deleting something that's already there. And that's hard for Blizzard, because Blizzard has a bad tactic of deleting stuff that's already there. So as a final statement to this Make Warcraft Great Again video, stop blackwashing, create more characters, more diverse, and fill the world with living, breathing people, persons, whatever. So you can have a world that's alive and doesn't feel empty on low population servers. You see, I've just solved you another problem. Low population servers. You're welcome.